The cradle is just something simple. It goes around the leg and around the head and locking your hand. When I lock my hands, okay guys, we can do what I call an S grip, or most people call it a finger roll grip. Roll your fingers and plug your thumbs in. But the cradle itself is actually done at your elbows. You've got to squeeze your elbows. So technically if you didn't have hands, you could just go like this and you have a cradle, okay? But if like for me, my arms are really long, sometimes when I cradle a guy, I pinch my elbows, but I feel like their head's popping out, so I'll just go to a butterfly grip because now my circle's smaller. You just want to try not to work on a single grip like this. Just because of the fact is when they get out, they're going to be peeling your fingers, at least they should be. And all he's got to peel is a couple fingers, and now I'm going to slip out. At least here, I got two strong grips he's got to fight through. Here, they can't really peel my fingers too well. So you just got to make it work for you. But number one thing, don't rely on your grip. Make sure you pinch your elbows, okay? So I'm locking around the leg, and when you lock around the neck, the head, you want to be under the jaw line. You want to lock at the neck, okay? Because like Nikolai's, like he's really worked hard on his defense, and I've always said if you're good at shrugging, you're gonna get out of a lot of chokes and neck attacks. And the same goes for Cradle, because if he shrugs, I lock on his face, it's very easy for him to pop his head out. If a guy is doing that, you grab the chin, pull it out, and then lock it in. So at least you're there, and now squeeze it tight. Bring it tight to your chest. Don't just hug like this. Bring it tight to your chest. Okay, bring it to your ribcage, I mean. Now, a basic drill that we do, and I want guys to learn, is the first thing I want you to learn with cradle, is going from a near side cradle to far side cradle, okay? And there's something I do is called bunching, just stepping over the top leg, all right? So I get my cradle and I lock it nice and tight. I'm gonna turn high leg over the top leg, and then I switch my hips and scoot it. So now my hips are facing towards his head. Now I'm still tight with my grip. I step back, and now I double bunch, meaning both legs are bunched the leg. From here, you want to ride him a little bit, especially in a fight. This is not a bad place to take a few breaths, because his diaphragm is kind of bunched up, can't breathe too well, and it just sucks. So now from here, I'm going to go to the other side. So from here, I shuffle my legs, and I'm going to move my foot. I'm going to swisher it so my shin is on his bottom leg, and my right leg goes up towards his butt. So I'm here tight. I let go with my right arm, put my arm in the mat, I let his head come out. Because here, just here alone, I have some control. So I'm going to go here quickly, go around his leg, under his leg, over his arm, and I'm going to reach towards my hand. Then as I reach for my hand, I'm going to slide my hips up. Now, for this side of the cradle, I'm not going to lock like this. You can, but that would be like if I'm looking for a certain submission setup. Here, I'm actually just pinching my elbows together by just straightening my arms. And now from here, I'm in a great scenario. I can kind of look and look at where I want to go. But for MMA, this is great. This is great for striking, okay? Because I can utilize the leg control for strikes. I can pop up for strikes, okay? But it allows me to do other tricks, okay? So what you want to do by learning cradles is first practice doing the bunch. Near side, double bunching up, go to the far side, lock, okay? Doing this is the first way you want to practice to get good at the basics of cradles. Okay, so real quick again. All right, cradles, lock tight, one leg bunch, two leg bunch, shift, 1, 2, and now I'm in. Now, for MMA and even grappling, I like to manipulate this bottom arm, okay? So I'm gonna slide and pull the arm up and grab the wrist. And MMA is the glove, gives you a good hitch. and now I'm here. Gives you a nice position. Some of the guys are really good at using their thighs to lock the arm in place. Now they have both hands free. So this is just one way of playing it. So when I'm here, I'm trying to tie it up. If when I'm like this, my cradle just kind of slows him down. So he's gonna kill himself trying to open me up. And it gives me a lot of time to figure out where I wanna go. If I'm going for this arm trap and he kind of counters and bends it the other way, so bring your arm back. I can switch it here. Now slide it behind his head. Now once again, this is fantastic for MMA because I got a lot of great striking tools. So the cradle is just a great tool to be used in all different circumstances. So one of the first things I'm going to show you, hey, if I'm side mount, he cages me out. There's no sense of trying to force or let the guy get guard on you or any of that. Just take the cradle, okay? So I'm side mount and I'm trying to work. I screw up or whatever, he frames on me. You know, frame, top leg, arm, everything. He's here to stop me from getting control. Here's my cradle. And right away, I always bunch one leg just to help my grip out. And if I'm gonna go to the other side, I bunch two legs. Okay? Another cradle scenario that works nice. Is a lot of guys get stuck in this kind of scenario. And they always ask me, how do I deal with someone's doing this scissor position? And to me, the cradle is one of the best passes for this. I mean, there's a lot of ways to pass this position, but I'm gonna look at that cradle all day. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you an arm drag cradle, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna go straight to an arm triangle, and then we're gonna start going into some offense now. So when you're here, I'm gonna grab, and I'm gonna step back, and I'm gonna yank the arm for the cradle. So as he's in this position, I actually step back, my arm's gonna go underneath, and I'm gonna pull like I'm starting a lawnmower in the 80s, okay? So I'm gonna pull, and I go to his bicep. Now, I drive my weight on top of his shoulder, come over, pass with my cradle, quickly bunch. 1, 2, step. Now, once I'm in my position. Okay? So the bicep cradle, arm drag cradle, is just, he's here, he's fighting you, grab, step back, pull, come over for the cradle. Okay? Typical nice pass. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go right to an arm triangle. Okay? So you can get arm triangles from cradles in a lot of different scenarios, but let's look at this one. Okay, so just like I would for like going for the bicep, except what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw it up on purpose. I'm actually going to go to the wrist. Okay, now what I'm doing is, I'm making a little hole here, a little pocket. Okay, I'm doing that on purpose. So when he's here and he's playing me, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, I'm still sitting on his bottom leg here, okay, because this slows him down, makes him committed. I don't want to go too far where he's kicking me in the face or some stuff. So now I do the same thing. I step back and I pull, but I go here. I grab right above the glove, which makes sense. Now, instead of just driving like this, I'm going to go head, snake through here. So my head's going to go down. I'm going to reach over. I'm going to grab his head. And I'm going to use my head against his belly to help bring him in as a cradle, like I'm trying to bend him. But as I do that, I'm going to kind of rotate my hips and my head's going to pop through. Okay, so I'm here. Okay. I go around, cradle, through the hole. Now I bunch, 1, bunch, 2, shift. I'm gonna pop him free, then get my grip. Now, how I get him flat here is I'm actually gonna drop my shoulder down. I always try to choke him with my shoulder first, and then I'll choke him with his shoulder if I fail. But the other thing I'm gonna do here is my elbow's gonna go to his spine. Just keeps him from moving around too much, and it helps me turk him over. Now, as I drive in, my knee comes up, okay? My knee is actually gonna do this. So what this does, it counters one of his escapes, and it will actually turn him flat. So I'm actually pushing him flat by hooking him inside his knee like this. So when I'm in this position, I'm here, lock, I drive him flat, down with my shoulder, my knee comes up, and it taps him out, okay? That's the arm triangle, okay? So if you just kind of do like this and belly out, you're giving him an escape, okay? He's gonna hook his own leg or whatever he's gonna do to escape. So don't just like do all this and fail out because you wanna make it easy. Make it more technical. Learn how to do this. So all you're gonna do is your knee's gonna drive forward and down, and that will turn towards his back, okay? So in the beginning, and hop. He's playing me, grip to the wrist, not the bicep this time. Draw my shoulder down, my head goes down, bends, my head pops through, high leg, 1. Notice that my head's not down here, I'm up tight by his shoulder. 2, let it go. Lock, up, down. When I do my arm triangles, I do it in 2 phases. 1, I'm doing it right now in phase 1. I make sure my head is here. The choke through his neck is here and here. Too many guys do it up here. Like, you're creating space. That's his carotid. Here. I call it pit bull style. Shrug my neck like this. Drop the shoulder down in here. If that doesn't work, then I turn it into phase 2, okay? Which we'll get into it a little later. Okay, here, frame, boom, head down in the hole, cradle, 1, 2, that's a nice cradle to an arm triangle. Now, back in that scenario. Let's just say you do it, usually when you pick your head up out of the hole and actually put them in the arm triangle, they won't be holding your head, but some guys will lock their hands. If they do that, then just do like that Von Flue choke. What you want to do is lock his arm in place and just finish him from the side. Okay, so I'm here, head in the hole, pop through. Now, if Nikolai locks his hands around my neck, like here, I'm not gonna switch sides. Instead, I bring myself in, I come up, and I lock his arm, and blade my hips. And when you do this choke, make sure your knees aren't on the ground. It's gonna be saying it over and over. You have no pressure with your knees on the ground. Okay, with gloves it works great. Okay, so basically he locks his arm around your neck. You're gonna figure it out real quick, because if your head pops up and if his arm's free, you just go for your arm triangle. If you're here and he locks his arms, it's pretty simple. 1, let the head go. 2, shrug, make it tight, and knees off the mat, and blade your left hip down and drop your left shoulder and squeeze.